Nolan, you are really not helping your case here, man. Okay, so until recently, I just figured Christopher Nolan's style wasn't a good fit for historical and fantasy epics like the Odyssey, and I tried not to think any worse of him for his misguided creative choices. I was disappointed that we weren't going to get the visually stunning, immersive cinematic epic we could have, but I didn't want to let this hurt my feelings towards Nolan as a person and filmmaker. I mean, he's clearly talented and is single-handedly keeping auteur filmmaking and the theatrical experience alive. So I want to see him as one of the good guys. But after the recent Odyssey backlash went nuclear, he started going on the defensive. And, well, his attempts to prove he does in fact care about historical authenticity have been so transparently performative and pretentious that it's genuinely damaging my views of him as a person. It's clear he still desperately wants to be seen as the guy who cares about doing his research and pleasing the experts, so when that reputation comes under scrutiny, rather than just being honest with his audience about his priorities and intentions here, he starts spouting nonsense that completely contradicts the evidence and makes him look totally disingenuous. Look, I don't care if it may have been possible to blacken bronze in ancient times, when your costumes are clearly made out of rubber, not bronze, and look designed by a 10-year-old. I don't care how real your Viking ship was, when Greeks didn't use Viking ships. I don't care if you didn't use an orchestra in your score because orchestras didn't exist then, when you're clearly not afraid to use rap. And I don't care if there may have been black people in ancient Greece, when not a single actor here even looked vaguely Mediterranean. Nolan, you could have just admitted that you wanted to modernize the story, that you didn't think the historically accurate version would look grounded enough, and that you thought the dialogue and casting choices would make it feel more relatable to a modern audience. I would have thought that was the wrong approach for this story, but I wouldn't have held it against you personally. However, you clearly want to have your cake and eat it too, and I'm afraid it's not doing your image any favors. You're entitled to disappoint me with your lack of respect for the source material and its culture of origin, but the moment you try to gaslight me and treat me like I'm an idiot, I'm sorry, but you've crossed the line.